BYDFi is a crypto exchange on desktop and mobile where you can spot trade, futures trade, use leverage tokens, and copy the trades of top traders. If you sign up with the link in the description, you get a free $100 when you deposit $100. There's hundreds of crypto available on their spot exchange, as well as a free test account so you can practice futures trading without getting wrecked. BYDFi. Good morning, everybody. Let's have a look at these charts then, shall we? So we're just going to think about Bitcoin and the overall market. We'll start with the euro. But there's been a few decent plays. We'll just congratulate myself and for those of you who watched. So the thing that I thought I might as well just remind you all of is the AI stocks and crypto pump that we were talking about 3 weeks ago. There's been a major sort of move in the markets actually. Since obviously that kicked in. This is my AI play, which is C3 AI. And so 3 weeks ago at the time of making that video, we were basically scraping this area down here around 21 days ago, bouncing off that 200 simple moving average on the daily there. And more or less having a 157% move over the last 3 weeks. Now, when it comes to looking at, obviously, because we all know about what's happened with NVIDIA as well. So AI is definitely a major play at the moment, or has been, should I say, has been. The prior move in AI had translated over to crypto as well, and we started to see a little bit of that yesterday. It's like an afterthought in crypto. So this is Ocean Protocol, like one of my favorite. When we're talking about an AI sort of move, we're looking at this on the daily here. So a move up, and we're effectively selling off. And then there's FET AI, which is another good one of the cryptos. But then like the things like AI multiverse, all those things that really got nothing to do with AI. Unchanged. So it looks like the main drivers are currently in stocks, or have been in stocks, and there might be some follow through with crypto. But there's the stocks that we charted, and we always said that crypto would be an afterthought. The other part I thought I might as well just remind you all of is the situation we've had with XRP. So lots of pumps come in. We said that 11 days ago, and lo and behold, the pumps. The pumps have taken place. So again, it's a similar sort of play really on the TA perspective, hitting that 200 simple moving average and then rebounding all the way up into that 51 to 52% cent zone. So that's happened. Now we're getting our rejection from there. And obviously we wake up and we can see that for the most part, crypto is bathed in red, and that is to do with Bitcoin. So let's talk about the overall market now that we've all patted ourselves on the back for those AI and XRP trades that we put out there over the last few weeks. Right, so Bitcoin on its technical basis, Bollinger Band Center, still trying to reclaim or move above this 27,200 zone. A pullback so far from this outer range, from the top to the bottom of around 5%. It's really not much of a move, to be honest with you, much of a move down. That was a bold move up given to us by the news in Hong Kong. So it's a buy the rumor, sell the news, is it? And from what I understand, this is about to kick in. The rumor has been bought, and the news should really be getting sold tomorrow, I think is what we highlighted. But you'd have to correct me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure all of that goes live 1st of June. There's a lot of things going on tomorrow, to be fair with you. So markets are probably going to be a bit cautious today. Not just crypto markets, but traditional markets too. So yeah, it looks like the rumor has been bought and is starting to sell off before the news actually kicks right in, which is the event which takes place over in Hong Kong, where they now become a crypto hub like they used to be. Right, so basically on a technical basis, if we remain above this level, it's okay. And actually, the rumor has been bought, and perhaps the news is being sold already, and that this is the support that we can bounce from. It is very realistic that could happen. Like the moment that we start to close this daily below here, we'll see this tomorrow. Then that would beg the question: how far can we go? This is probably just a failed breakout based around, like I say, a news event getting bought and then sold off. If that were to happen, basically we incrementally go back to where we were before, and all those areas that we highlighted. So again, 200 exponentials floating around just above 25,000. That's a realistic area. Horizontal around 24,400. And to be fair, the last it's not too bad, but maybe 23,000 being a 200 simple moving average. If we go back to the weekly, we've also got plenty of supports on the weekly. Most importantly would be this area, 25,800. Basically, you've got a 20 exponential, sorry, a 21 exponential, 50 exponential, 20 weekly. They're all sitting there at that area, so that's a very strong support. And if we do come down to there, it's worthy of an opportunity to try and buy that dip. Even if it's just for the long haul, that's a decent opportunity to get in there. If we break down again, we highlight areas back into the 24s all the way down to 23,000. It's not the end of the world, but it might feel like it for a period of time. And I always try and put this into context, guys. Look, ups and downs are basically the nature of a bull market. And that's what it was over here. Ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and then massive ups. So we are in this sort of area, to be honest with you. We could go up again, we could go down again. But for the most part, I would imagine that the entire of this year could probably see price action around this level at best. This year into next year, this is where it's all going to be for Bitcoin. Unless something special happens, whether it's super bullish or bearish, we either go up and all the way back down, or go down and all the way back up. This is pretty much the area. So about 20,000 to about 40,000. You can call it an accumulation range if you like, because we see that sort of thing all the time. If you want to talk, you could call this an accumulation range. We can mark it off from about 6,000 to about 10,000. Yeah, that's a fair amount. So we're talking about an 80% accumulation range before we power on through. That is the nature of a volatile beast like Bitcoin. You can accumulate in a very wide range, making you feel like you've bought the top, or making you feel like you're an absolute genius and bought the bottom, or basically making you feel both ways, where you're a genius one month and then you're an idiot the next month. Feel free to express any emotion that you like in any trade that you're within, especially if you're a hodler, because that is part of the game. You hold on for dear life. That's the name of hodl. That's what it's all about. So yeah, I mean, getting back to Bitcoin on its 4 hourly is not going to look particularly happy. A big breakdown here. So yeah, it doesn't look very good on the 4 hourly. However, we never got the golden cross. We're still basically riding out this death cross, and being back below this trend line makes us feel like it's more likely that we do come down further. 26,600, and see what kind of reaction we have around there. Maybe over the next 24 to 48 hours, right? No short signal, not yet, not on this 4 hourly. There's no short signal, anything like that. And if we do bounce from here, then the oscillators will have likely have seen a reset at that point, and it would be reasonable to expect a bounce and maybe move back up. But for the moment, things don't look particularly happy. But the saving grace is the daily is still perched, nestled safely above that Bollinger Band. Outside of that, though, yeah, the trades that we were talking about, XRP, first major target has been hit, and we're seeing the rejection from there. And I would imagine that AI start to pull back a bit today. My gut instinct would tell me that we should really be thinking about taking profit on this. I've got a few trips planned this year, so as I was saying on the Telegram, my gut is telling me to sell this. My head, is also telling me to sell it. So I'm going to sell a decent portion of it. I can see it's already up in the pre-market already, but I think it's going to pop. If we think about the euro, just finishing off on the euro for those who are interested, the euro is below all major moving averages on the weekly. Not a good look for it. On the daily, if we can just reset this chart, that'd be lovely. That'd be great. Thank you very much. On the daily, it's also, from what I understand, below all major moving averages. Yeah, trending down towards the 200 simple moving average, which is around 104, 105, basically we'll call it 104.9. So it doesn't look particularly happy. Short signal just been generated on the euro. So euro down, probably Dixie up, and we're talking about a trend now in this general direction. So that generally wouldn't bode well for anything pegged in a dollar if the dollar is gaining strength. And I think that's what we're seeing now. I think it's more or less confirmed that the dollar is going to continue to gain strength. So then we'll finish off with the Dixie. Dixie's got its first major level up here, 105.3. Again, strong looking chart, everything looking good on the 4 hourly. Obviously the daily is most likely going to have a pump signal if the euro's got a short signal. Yeah, we got a pump signal on the daily. So I think it's time to think about taking some profit, if you haven't already, for what might end up being further consolidation. Again, Bitcoin is still holding at that level, but given what we've just seen on the euro and the dollar, it might end up being consolidation time. But Again, I'm not here to ruin the party. I'm just letting you know that, you know, when certain major pivots start to occur in markets, like they look like they're doing right now, yeah, caution, caution. You know, we can still trade this. Like I say, we've had successful AI trades recently, pretty successful XRP trade. Bitcoin's done pretty well, and for the most part, altcoins have been pretty lame. So if they come down further, which they obviously will do if Bitcoin starts to break down, maybe towards 23,000, then yeah, we're going to see wrecked city for altcoins, which would be dollar cost average central. So it's a good place to think about building positions in decent quality altcoins as we move further and further down. And just to give you an idea of what that might look like, we are currently here. We could be seeing moves all the way down for Bitcoin to a tune of about 15%. So for altcoins, especially with the sentiment surrounding them at the moment, which is zero, yeah, anything from 15 to 50%, I would imagine, seeing shaved off the price of some altcoins. If this were to happen, again, there's nothing as yet confirmed, but this is what it points to. It does point to further downside, but we will see. We will see. There's fundamental central bank policy things that are likely to maybe change the course of the charts, but for the moment, based on the charts, yeah, Bitcoin's holding on its last major level of support here, and yeah, incremental moves down to the tune of a maximum move of around about 15%. Right, thanks for watching. Hopefully that has been insightful, and yeah, I hope you all have a nice day. Take it easy.